They may be confined to a few neighborhoods, but the rebels are putting up a fight. Pro-government forces are battling to retake Aleppo city, street by street. Artillery fire has been intense. Heavy air raids continue. Russia has repeatedly said the military assault will not stop until rebels leave their remaining strongholds. It seems the U.S. believes that Russia should take the first step.
And I would say to the opposition that we understand their challenge. We understand what they are fighting for. We understand their bravery, their courage in fighting against extraordinary odds. They don't have airplanes. They don't have helicopters. They don't have large artillery. They are fighting greatly outnumbered and greatly outpowered. And in order to make peace, people with power, people with the extraordinary excess of power, need to often take the first steps and the bigger steps in order to express confidence and build confidence in the capacity to change things.
Kerry was speaking in Paris after talks with Arab and European diplomats as well as opposition figures. They renewed calls on the Russian and Syrian governments to stop the bombings and provide safe passage to civilians.
Menschen aus der Kampfzone gehen zu lassen.
We ask the regime, Russia and the other powers to let people go from the combat zones and not to persecute them or let them come to harm.
Opposition fighters have called for UN-supervised humanitarian corridors to evacuate the sick, wounded and the civilian population from besieged neighborhoods. They have promised to stay and fight, but it is not clear if that will change. Clearly, the Syrian government and its allies are in no mood to compromise. They have the upper hand on the ground. They feel that they can dictate their own terms. Now the Syrian government is offering to resume negotiations with the opposition, but at the same time, it says it will reject any preconditions. But according to the opposition's friends, they are ready to accept this.
They have told us this morning that they are prepared to take up negotiations again without any preconditions. This is a considerable offer of peace which has to be considered.
The message from Western leaders is that negotiations are the only way forward to find a political solution. All sides to this conflict, including Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, agree that the war will not end if Aleppo falls. But the warring sides are so apart on how they see a future Syria that the readiness to talk doesn't mean they will agree to share power. Zena Khudr, Al Jazeera, on the Turkish-Syrian border.